Welcome to Donmar TV News Channel, mga balita sa buwan ng Nobyembre.
Kaya sabi ko, hindi ko kayang reconcile. Yes, Yusek Lorraine.
Kayo ba, Mr. Chairman, ask you a question, Mr. Chairman. Do you denounce the atrocities, the inhumanities done on the Filipino people by the CPP, NPA, NDF? Do you, Mr. Chairman? Do you condemn?
Sorry?
Do you condemn the atrocities that have been done against the Filipino people?
Of course.
Yes.
The NPAs who are killing civilians, who are
Yes.
killing policemen,
And yet,
who are killing military officers, who are
Yes.
killing former members who
Yes.
wanted to go back to the mainstream. Of course, I denounce them.
the grief and destruction that was caused us, brought to the people by the CPP, and yet we have the Makabayan Bloc who refuse to do this, no? And this is something that I don't think we should gloss or just shrug away. Seryoso po ito, hindi po pwedeng maliitin na ang mga kongresista mismo ay ayaw nilang kondenahin ang dapat kondenahin ng kahit na sinong Pilipino, lalo't lalo na inihalal ng ating ng mga taong bayan. Hindi po pwedeng maliitin yon.
I was not part of government. Then I'm free not to denounce them. Pwedeng may simpatya ako sa cause, but I'm with government. So,
Mr. Chairman,
Noel,
may I just
before I recognize you, si Noel muna. Then after Noel.
Konting review lang po sa history ni Victor Corpus at saka ni Lieutenant Taga-Munila po sa process ng recruitment. Siguro alam nila ni Teddy Casino to. Before na naging NPA si Victor Corpus at saka si Lieutenant Taga-Munila, they were recruited as member of KM. And nung mga panahon na yun, wala pang martial law. KM was a legal organization. When Joma rendered a speech inside the PMA na may titulo, The Mercenary Tradition of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, that's the time when Lieutenant Victor Corpus and Lieutenant Taga-Munila was recruited as member of KM. Remember, legal pa yung KM nung panahon na yon because KM was declared underground and illegal during the implementation of martial law by President Marcos. So gaya din namin, doon yung dinaanin din namin. Naging LFS kami, then later on, na-recruit kami ng KM, na-recruit kami as candidate member of the party, then later on, naging full member of the party. Unang punto. Pangalawa po, yung sinasabi kanina ni Teddy Casino, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, those are storylines. Yung ganun pong defense na sinasabi na personal option namin na maging NPA. But remember, Mr. Teddy Casino, ang LFS, Bayan Muna, CGP, NUSP at lahat ng mga legal organizations ay may parihong curriculum na pinag-aralan. PADEPA. Ano yung laman ng PADEPA? Yung unang kurso doon, maikling kurso hinggil sa lipunan at revolusyong Pilipino. Pinag-uusapan doon ang armadong pakikibaka. Ang ibig kong sabihin, these legal organizations are laying the ground for recruitment sa NPA. Yan yung nangyayari, kaya hindi pwedeng sabihin natin na personal option lang. Itong mga legal organization na to, yun yung naglilay ng ground. Nagsiset ng condition para itong mga tao na to ay mag-opt later na maging NPA. Kaya hindi pwedeng sabihin na walang responsibility. At gaya ng sinasabi namin kanina, batay sa ibinasa na natin mga provisions ng mga official na dokumento ng partido, nasa PWC yan, yung party constitution, malinaw dyan. Sa loob ng mga legal organizations na to, nandyan yung party group na siya yung nagpo-provide ng political leadership over dito sa mga legal organizations na to. At sila yung nag-a-agitate ng mga membro na to. Kaya, ang nangyayari, recruitment muna sa legal, then later, marirecruit doon sa underground mass organization, then later, pag nag-develop sila, ayun.
Yeah, okay. Let me recognize Congressman Teddy Casino.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And after that, Congressman Zarate.
Just on those points, Mr. Chair. First, just like we do not consider the members of the MILF or the MNLF as enemies, we also do not consider the members of the CPP, NPA, NDF as enemies. They are revolutionary groups. We may not agree with their program. We may not agree with the way that they are pushing for their agenda. But ang attitude ho namin sa kanila, i-engage because we recognize that these revolutionary organizations, their struggles are rooted in very legitimate and historical grievances of our people. And para sa akin ho, to simply denounce them as enemies, it closes the door for a healthier engagement. Lalo na ho kami, we are engaged in the many issues that they are also pushing for, land reform, land leases, etc. So nasa ganong situation kami. In any case, Mr. Chair, that is our position, that we do not consider them as enemies. We consider them as fellow Filipinos na dapat kausapin. At kung pwede magkaroon ng political settlement, that is good. And if that is what we believe in, then that should be respected. Now, on the issue of recruitment, I reiterate, Mr. Chair, yung pamumundok personal na decision yan. Of course, the LFS or anak bayan, part ho ng task talaga nila is to raise the political consciousness of their constituents. Ayun ang trabaho ng aktivista eh. Talagang palawakin ang kaalaman, mulatin. And part of the reality, no, bahagi ho ng realidad sa ating bansa, may armadong labanan eh. And it is important for an activist to understand. Bakit nga ba nagre-rebelde itong mga ito?
It's 1 minute before 3. And
all right,
I don't
Mr. Chair.
have yet the permission of the Senate President to extend to probably another 30 minutes. So, Mr. Senate President?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I doubt if we can because, yes, we will be convening past 3 already at the rate that we're going. But perhaps you can we just recognize Congressman Zarate if he wants to speak, or otherwise, Nika, and then we will have to postpone for another week, Mr. President, so that we can get the reactions of both, because we are still going to disinfect. We will have to rearrange what they call this plenary hall, and then we will have to disinfect, and that means I don't think we will be able to convene by 4 o'clock if we don't stop right away. So perhaps, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
you can limit it to 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, thank you, Mr.
and
Senate
then
President.
resume the week after.
Thank you, Mr. Senate President. So, on that note, Congressman Caloy is recognized. After him, DG Monteagudo, and who else? And Congresswoman
Mr. Chair,
Elago.
I'd also like
Okay,
to give a brief
in that order.
clarification.
Hindi tayo matatapos. So, Congressman Caloy.
Yeah, thank you, Mr.
You
Chair.
have the floor.
Short lang, dagdag, no? My personal belief, Mr. Chair, no? Yung mga taong nag-exercise, ang option nila ay mag-armas, no? Mahirap po na ikundina sila outright. No? Dahil naniniwala ako, my personal belief, na merong mga social kadahilanan ito, historical in fact. No? Ang ating kasaysayan ay very rich of this kind of history. No? Panahon pa ng mga Nina Bonifacio noon at hanggang ngayon. Nabanggit ni Congressman Teddy yung usapin ng MNLF, MILF. No? Outright condemning them because they took an option to exercise the right, no? na labanan yung tingin nila ay masama sa ating lipunan. Magre-resulta lang ito, Mr. Chair, sa tingin ko ng outright denial din na merong mga roots ang armed conflict sa ating bansa. No? Condemning them will only shut the doors for potential political settlement na tinutulak din ang kinatawang ito na magbalik ang usapang pangkapayapaan dahil kinondena na natin sila. No? Na sila ay terorista, sila ay masama, therefore hindi sila dapat kausapin. Gaya na nabanggit ni Congressman Teddy, ang personal belief ko, kailangan nga i-engage natin sila para masolusyonan na natin itong mahigit 5 dekada na nangyari sa ating bayan. So yun po ang aking personal na paniniwala dyan, Mr. Chair, no? Na mas mainam tingnan natin kung ano ba ang naging ugat. Bakit may mga kabataan na nagsimula silang maging aktivista, eventually they took an option to take up arms. Just like what happened in our history, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. General Monteagudo. And then after the NICA Director General, Congressman.
Thank you, sir. May I proceed, sir? May I proceed, sir? we'd like to remind the audience that the CPP-NPA is a terrorist organization. It is not just a group that is rebelling against the government, but it is declared a terrorist organization, not only by the Philippines, but also by other countries. And the second thing is, by not denouncing this terrorist organization, you are tolerating the terrorist organization. Second is, by not denouncing this terrorist organization, you are allowing the terrorist organization to recruit more of our children. Now, if our gentlemen who support this terrorist organization truly believe in the cause of this NPA, why do you have to recruit? Why do you allow the recruitment of children of other parents? If the cause of this NPA is so noble, why don't you send your own children to support this organization? That is the problem. We believe and we just look away when this terrorist organization victimize our children. The bottom line, Mr. Chairman, is that this is a matter of our children, protecting the future of our children, the hope of our fatherland. This organization is radicalizing the children. There is a saying, all decisions are based on information. These organizations, these fraud organizations, are feeding radical ideas to the children so that they will go to the extremist idea of joining the armed revolution. Kaya tayo nagsasalita against this organization, exposing the CPP-NPA, because we want the children to know the truth. But these other organizations are repressing us, preventing us from telling the truth, and they're telling their lies. Karapatan po ng kabataan malaman ng katotohanan para sa kanilang proteksyon. Sana po ay ipaalam natin sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan ang katotohanan para sa proteksyon ng ating kabataan. Maraming salamat po.